Hey Jordan, how's it going?
Great. How are you, Sammy?
I'm doing well, thanks. So tell me how things are going over at Pure Barre Trinity.
Things are doing really, really well. We had a great December, definitely better than we were anticipating. And then January is off to a strong start too. So both months we had a net new of at least 5 members. Right now we're net new 7 for January, trying to build on that a little bit more with the last few days of the month. But so far things have been progressing nicely.
Oh, that's so awesome to hear. Oh, thanks for sharing that with me. So how were things going in your gym before you started working with us?
Um, Very inconsistent. So we might have a good month of sporadically, but most of the time it felt like we were just kind of like banging our heads up against the wall, trying to figure out, what's working, what's not working. But really, it was just kind of like throwing things to the wall, hoping that something would stick, less of like an actual strategy or plan.
Okay, great. So you've been able to have a little bit more of a plan in place and kind of standardize things across your team.
Yeah, I feel like we've definitely been given an effective playbook of things that not just are going to work for our studio, but are working in multiple studios across Pure Barre as well as other brands of fitness. So it's been nice to be given concrete things to say, do this, do that. And although there's always adjustments with bringing in something new, we still seen positive results as we're having, those small little growing pains of learning a new way of doing things. But everything makes sense. And so it's easy to be like, here's why we're going to do this, because you can see the intention behind it. You can see the purpose behind it and how it's going to get us better results. And so far it has.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. And what improvements have you seen with your team since you started working with us?
So I think just from our sales manager, so we have a full-time sales manager and a part-time sales manager, them feeling like they have somebody to go to, a clearer path, a clearer plan, more training, more development for them, as well as to help them train and develop their team. Even if it's just, hey, here are some videos that you're going to watch, then we're going to talk about it. We're going to role play based on what you saw. I feel I think everybody has a greater sense of engagement because of that. It just feels like there's a little bit clearer idea of how to achieve the results that we want to achieve.
Oh,
Um, and then also, yeah, just a little bit, I think people are more excited because when things work and they're closing sales, then it just creates, success creates more success.
yeah, definitely. I'm so glad that your team has that confidence and feels like they have something to lean on and a system in place that can support them. So I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. And even just a place that if they're not quite sure, or if we're having an objection that we're not overcoming, feeling like we're getting good feedback, good information, instead of just kind of like, oh, well, you know your market, so you figure it out.
totally, totally. And what would you say to someone who's considering working with our marketing team, or any advice from your experience that you would give to someone in that situation?
Yeah, so I mean, I think I've noticed improvements in terms of the quality of leads that have come into our studio. I feel like our show rate is higher as well. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter what the cost per lead is. You're spending those advertising dollars, whether 10 of them convert, 20 of them convert, or none of them convert. And so I really don't pay attention to the cost per lead because that's money that I've already sunk into trying to grow our studio. So it's nice to see that the money that we are spending in terms of ad dollars is getting us a higher quality person in studio. They're more likely to show up. If somebody routinely no shows, then we just send that information over to you. They are no longer invited to continue to take up a space in our class. So that's been great. Just from a higher quality lead standpoint, it's helped my team focus more on the things of in studio tasks like member retention, role playing, development, those sorts of things. And so it's just been nice for them to actually focus on things that they're uh, it's going to pay and have better results for the keeping members into the studio once we've gotten them there. And I feel like it's things that they enjoy doing a little bit more than constantly following up with prospects to try to get them booked into a class. So overall, it's just been a real win-win for everybody.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we have been so thrilled to work with you and your team. You guys have just been absolutely awesome and have absorbed this training and direction so well. So I'm just excited to continue our relationship and continue working with you guys.
Me too. It's been great so far. Like I said, it's been nice that from the first day we started working together, I felt like we had a plan. I felt like things were working and clicking, and I can't wait to have more and more success.
Mm. Oh, well, thanks for sharing that with me. And I really appreciate your time, and it's been really great to catch up with you. So I will see you
Yeah,
soon.
my pleasure. Thank you.
Bye, Jordan.